Good morning, Earthlings. Aaron here, aka AJ, aka Papa. It is December 2nd, 2019, and I am back with another vlog to feast your eyes and ears upon. I'm still in bed. It's 8:40 in the morning, and Zachary has taken the car and gone to school, and I have not gotten out of bed yet because I am still exhausted from this weekend at the restaurant. I have a dinner shift to work tonight, but for now I'm just going to sit here and relax. My feet are stiff and sore from this weekend, and so I'm just gonna chill out and relax, guys. Happy Vlogmas Day 2.
Oh hey guys, how's it going? It is 2 o'clock in the afternoon and I have slept the day away. It was phenomenal. I really wanted to try to get up and do some delivering this morning, but nope, Papa wasn't having it. Zach got up and went to school, and then he came back, and then we slept until the afternoon. And I needed the rest desperately, so I'm not feeling bad about it at all. But we are up now, and I have just stopped and got coffee. Zach has gone to the bank to deal with some PayPal stuff that happened on one end and needs to be taken care of on a different end. And I've deposited this weekend's money into the bank for safekeeping, and we are rocking and rolling. I have to work in about an hour and a half, and so we're just gonna knock a few errands out really quick. No big deal, but yeah, holy smokes, I feel rested, guys. I feel good. My back feels better. Update on that. So yeah, we're doing pretty good, and I'm excited to drink this cold brew now. So yeah, yesterday about halfway through the shift, I noticed that my back wasn't hurting anymore, and I don't know if by some miraculous thing I somehow twisted or bent in some way that popped it back into place, but just as quickly and as mysteriously as it came, it left as well. So I'm just very glad that it's not hurting me really bad. Of course it's always hurting me, but when it's out like that, it's extremely painful and it affects my mobility and it hurts really bad. But now we're just down to the normal low roar of back pain, and we are just about to the end of me figuring out my health insurance stuff. So once that's all figured out, I will get back to the chiro, get back to the doctor, and get into some pain management and start working on it. So we will deal with that when the time comes. So anyway, this morning while I was showering, I came across some really good karaoke tracks. I typically just listen to music in the shower, but today I was like, ooh, I want to sing, I want to shower karaoke, which is probably pretty funny for some people, but I really enjoy it from time to time to just belt my little head off while I'm in the shower. And I came across a couple of tracks I really liked, and one of them was Praying by Kesha, and I really think that I want to kind of try to do a recording of me singing that. Not for any other reason other than to just have a recording of me singing it. I think it's a really cool song. So, I don't know, be keeping an eye out for that. I probably will never post covers on YouTube, mostly just because I'm trying to build something here that eventually will, help me financially, and, copyright strikes are no fun. So, I'm thinking that maybe it's time to get a SoundCloud up and going, or something that, I can link to YouTube if people would like to hear the music that I'm, covering or whatnot. I do have original music up way down below. If you keep scrolling, you'll find some videos of me sitting at the piano singing, if you have interest in that. And of course, eventually we're going to get back in the studio again, but all things come in time. Right now, I'm just really working on getting back on track financially, which is a whole nother story that I will tell some other time. So let me tell you a bit about it now. And if I seem a little self-conscious, it's because there's somebody sitting in the car right next to me, and they're probably wondering why I'm talking to myself. But this is the life of a vlogger, right? Anyway, I've done a little job jumping lately, and that's not very much. That's not like me. I don't job jump often. I typically will stay with the job for a long time, but I've also had a lot of really good luck with my jobs. I've typically ended up in jobs where the management is good, the job is solid, I make decent money, and I don't have to worry about much other than just working the one job. But since I moved down here, I've had a little bit of a hard time getting kind of squared away. I was selling mattresses for a while, and I really enjoyed that job. There was a lot of downtime. So it wasn't very good for me physically. I gained a lot of weight while I was at that job, and I was working just a lot of hours and traveling a lot, and I was spending a lot of time away from Zach. So that was Zach that ran behind the car there a minute ago. But anyway, I left that job at the mattress company and decided to take a job at a grocery store. And that job was fine, but I was working super hard, and the wage wasn't very good there. And I was a manager there, and I would frequently get put in situations where they would expect me to handle things that I wasn't trained to do, and I was under a lot of stress, and I was managing people that clearly didn't want to be managed, so to speak. I mean, I guess nobody really loves being managed, but these people particularly were very hard to keep on track, and I just wasn't getting paid enough for it. And so I left and just decided to work delivery for a while, and I've enjoyed delivering, and that's been a blessing to me because it's always helped me bridge the gap. But, you know, with delivering, you work long hours too to make it. But what's nice about it is you just are not stuck within walls. You're just driving around, and especially during the summer, it's just wonderful because when it's beautiful out, you just deliver and you're outside and you just have very little interaction with actual human beings, and it's just nice. You know, it's a nice way to make some money if you can do it for the long hours that's required to make it a full-time living. So I looked for a little while I was just delivering, and what I decided was to go back into the restaurant business. And I had initially left the restaurant business because I got in the car accident, and it really made it physically impossible for me to do the job. But one thing that I did learn from working at the grocery store was that I was, again, physically capable of doing it after having taken some time away from hard manual labor. And so I got the job that I'm at the restaurant now, and I really like it there. The people are really nice, and the management is solid, and the product is good, and I make decent money there. The only problem is that they are very overstaffed, and people are constantly begging for shifts. And if if you are trying to work there full time, it's just not very conducive to that. You know, I've never been scheduled more than like 25 hours, I think, and I really need to work close to that 40 hours a week to make the money that I need to pay all of the bills that need to be paid. So anyway, now I'm getting ready to interview at the bookstore, and that would be really great because the bookstore hours alone would cover rent, and then the rest of the bills would get paid working part-time at the restaurant. So I am very excited to go on Friday and get that interview done and let them experience, you know, my personality, and that will, I'm sure, turn into a job. It's very rare that I interview and don't end up with the job. So I'm hoping that this is the case with the bookstore, and then that will kind of solidify. And I think that provided that the bookstore isn't some horrible place to work, I think working those two part-time jobs will really just kind of be what I do long term. And I'm really just hoping to settle in because I don't like job hopping. It's not my style. It's not what I like to do. I love to dig into a job, get to know the job well, and just thrive there. And so I'm ready to do that again. And that's been the financial struggle that's been right now. It's like every time you switch jobs or start a new job, there's always that period of time where the finances are weird because you're waiting on a paycheck or because you're have some training to get done, and it just takes a little while to like get in the groove of how the money's going to work and how it's going to all pan out and such. So we are constantly being careful about what we spend, and that's never been our experience either. We've always been able to pretty much get the things that we want, and just lately it's been crunchy trying to get it all paid, and finagling here and maybe like a week behind on the budget and such. And you know, part of that is also because lately I've been helping my family a little bit, which I'm thrilled and super happy to do, and I'm blessed that I've even had the ability to do that. So I mean, at the core of all of this is never a complaint. It's always that I feel blessed that we are getting by, you know, and that I do have jobs being thrown on the table to me. And when I do feel like that this job isn't working out or a job isn't working out, that I can leave it confidently knowing that something else will come, and that that I'm capable of always providing for the household, and I always do, and I haven't failed yet. I've never been late on my rent, and I won't start now. So anyway, that's kind of the story behind what the financial situation is. So with that being said, I'm gonna get inside here. I've been sitting out in the parking lot in front of my apartment just talking, just because I don't know, it's comfortable talking here. But I am gonna run inside and have a little snack before I go to work, and then I will chat with you guys right before I head into work. So I'll see you in a minute. Bye.
Look at this beautiful tree. Look at it just chilling there. So serene.
Alright guys, so I'm here at work. I start in about 20 minutes, and just pulled up, and the parking lot is so empty, and it's not really the norm here. Like, there's usually always, you know, X amount of tables, but I do know that on the forecast there is snow, which in Kentucky is almost like saying there's boiling lava spewing from the sky or something crazy, because they just don't have the capabilities of handling dealing with the snow on the roads and whatnot. So I know when there's snow in the forecast, people will go to the store and buy bread and milk and all this stuff, and then just like stay off the roads, and probably rightly so, because a lot of people down here don't know how to drive in it. So fine. But anyway, I'm not sure how today is going to be as far as the restaurant goes. I may be here for 6 hours. I may be here for 2. Who knows? But all I do know is that it's time to get going. So I love you guys. I don't know if I will vlog anymore. Maybe I'll just check in after work and just let you know how it turned out. But I've not been cooking lately, so I'm not going to promise beautiful food footage, although we will be getting back to that before too much longer, because most of the issue right now is that we're out of groceries in the house, and so I really need to hit the grocery store, but I have to pay rent first. So we're doing that. No sense in buying groceries if there's no roof to keep them under, right? Anyway, it's not that dire, I promise. But anyway, I will talk to you guys maybe a little bit after work, but other than that, we'll see you soon.